Hi, it's Alison from Silicon Bullet here with some more bookkeeping tips. And this time it's a tip for you as a business owner to know the difference between how you'll pay yourself as a sole trader or as a director of your own limited company. So if you set up a business and you're self-employed and you're a sole trader, then all the money in the business is kind of just yours. You know, you are operating yourself as a business, and when you're making a profit and there's money coming in, you can take the money out and use it at will. You can choose to set up pay as you earn, especially if you've got a sole trader. You can have employees, and you can set up with HMRC for pay as you earn tax and national insurance. You could pay yourself through that to pay through the year, but the more usual way to do it if you're a sole trader running your own business is you just declare everything on your tax return at the end of the year, and you will pay tax on your profits from that business just like anybody else, but taking into account your tax-free code, which at the moment is just over 12.5 grand when I'm doing this in July 2021. But if you decide to be a limited company, for a start, the advantage of limited company is this thing: it's limited because it's limited liability. That's a legal thing. Go and look that up somewhere else. What I want to tell you is how you can pay yourself as a limited company, because the money then is not yours. The limited company, even if you are the only person involved with it and you are a sole director, the limited company is a separate entity, and the money it earns and the profit it makes belong to that separate entity. So you cannot just take money from it willy-nilly and call it your own. There are rules and there are implications. So the first thing is, if you've set up the limited company and you have invested loads of money in it to get it started, then you can pay yourself back the money that you have invested into the business. And that is quite often done as a director's loan in the bookkeeping. So you will have put the money in, and it will show as a director's loan in the balance sheet. It will show as money owed by the business to you as a person. And when you start to earn money in the business, the bank account's looking healthy, you can take that money back out, allocate it to that director's loan account until it gets back down to zero again. You can set up PAYE with HMRC. So that basically means that you're paying yourself a wage, you're having to run it on payroll software, and you are reporting to the HMRC every month how much you've paid yourself, and you will have to account for tax and national insurance. If you're a sole director of a limited company, then you don't need to worry about the auto-enrolment pension. But there are also some rules about that. So I would look up the pension rules as well. And especially when you start to have employees, then you will count for that, and you will have to look at the pension auto-enrolment. After that, the money that you take out will be termed as dividends. And there are rules with dividends. So you can only take dividends out of a business if your business is in profit. If your business is making a loss, you cannot pay yourself any dividends. So what I tend to do is, in my business, I will run a profit and loss on my business. I will check that I have some profit in there, because the way accounting works, you might have cash, but you might not have profit, especially if you've taken loans out and things like that at the start of a business. So I will only issue dividends if I have made a profit. I fill out a little form. My business has got 2 directors, me and my husband Paul, that says that the directors of the business grant a dividend of so much dated this date, and we both sign it and we file that away. And then I pay the money out through the year. These are kind of called interim dividends that we can vote through the year, but only if the P&L shows we've got profit. Then at the year end, they also have directors' loans. You can take up to, I think it's about £5,000, but that does change out of the business as a loan as a director, where the business lends you money without it really having tax implications if it's paid back within 9 months. So sometimes if there's a disaster struck and something personal you need money for quickly, then you could take a loan out of your own limited company in order to access the cash quickly. And then maybe in 2 or 3 months, once your company has made a profit, you could pay it back by issuing dividends, or you can pay it back by putting the money back in the business when you've got it again. So those are the things you need to consider if you are wanting to pay yourself as a limited company. If you need help getting your bookkeeping sorted so that you can run a P&L and see how profitable you are as you go along, rather than sticking all your receipts in a paper box and giving it to somebody else to sort out, or rather than waiting till after the year end to know whether you're profitable or not, then do let me know. There are limited companies that will take money out of the business regularly without checking first, as long as you know you've got a comfortable cushion there, and then their accountants worry about it at the year end and either go, slap wrists, you shouldn't have paid yourself any money, pay it back please, or will go, no, that's fine, you've taken out £50,000 this year, your company has made that profit, therefore we will kind of in hindsight after the year end issue £50,000 worth of dividends on your business. So that is also a way a lot of people work if they can't cope with keeping on top of it themselves through the year. There's ways and means. Talk to your accountant, talk to your bookkeeper, and work out what works best for you. So I am Alison Mead from Silicon Bullet. I offer top bookkeeping tips, help people use Xero and Sage. Look for me on LinkedIn, Alison Mead at Silicon Bullet. Look for the Silicon Bullet YouTube channel, which you may be watching now by watching this video, and also look for siliconbullet.com, and from my website you can get to my blog. And come and ask me if you need some help. Thanks very much. Bye.